creative, using some things we have around the house to help us out with a 4-layered strength circuit. Before we get into the circuit, we're always going to take a little bit of time to warm up. So we'll do a few things to warm up. We'll start with some rotation at our shoulders. I'm going to rotate my shoulders inward and outward in opposing fashion. I'll do this for about 15 to 20 seconds. Back. See some blood around my shoulders. And then I'll go into some jumping jacks just to get my heart up a little bit. I'll do about 15 jumping jacks. And then I'm going to go to the ground and do a bridge with a sit-up. I'll do about 10 or so here on my back. Feet pulled into my hips, arms rooted into the ground. A bridge, legs straighten, roll. Then I repeat. Pull the feet in, bridge, extend, roll. Just focus on your breath. Breathing out your mouth as you contract. Squeeze the behind, breathe. Squeeze the abdomen, breathe. I'll get a few more in here. Right. And then we'll do everything one more time. So arms outside, rotating inward and outward. No rush here. Just getting some blood around my shoulders, my upper body, and my lower body. Into those big muscle groups. I'll go into my jumping jacks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go to the ground. About 8 to 10 here on my bridge roll-ups. Feet pulled in, arms out. Bridge, extend, roll. Bridge, extend, roll. Just your heart rate elevating. If you're coming onto the verge of a small sweat, that's a good thing. We'll get a few more in here. Okay. So let's talk about our movements today. So we've got 4 movements. We have a lower body, push and a pull, and an upper body, push and a pull. So the first one we'll go over here is my upper body pull. So I've got a bunch of spare tires laying around the house. So I've got this stack of tires, and I have an Olympic barbell on top of the tires. Most people won't have a bunch of tires and a barbell. So I'd recommend maybe a couple of tall chairs and a broomstick. That would be perfect, right? And I'm going to use this for my inverted row. So I'm going to find my hands just a little bit wider than shoulder width with an overhand grip on the bar. I'll get onto the floor. I've got my feet anchored onto something on the ground, and I'm trying to align my chest with the middle of the bar as I pull. Squeeze your behind, squeeze your shoulder blades. Oh, there's my inverted row. The goal is to keep your body as straight as possible, keep the glutes tight, keep the hands strong, keep your shoulder blades pinched together. We're going to squeeze in your biceps and your middle back. And then I'll go into my lower body pull, right, which would be my leg curl. Again, I've got something to prop myself up on here outside. I got a little stump that'll hold on to. I'd recommend maybe you find a hardwood floor, something that you could slide your feet on rather easily. I'd recommend you do this in socks. I'll get on the ground. I'll find my stump to perch onto. You can do this a couple ways. So with your butt on the ground, pulling your legs in and out. You think like you're trying to dig a hole in the ground with your heels to put pressure on the back of your legs. If you want more intensity, right, then I would hold the bridge position while I pull my legs in and out. Now I'll put a lot more work into the back of my legs, my butt. That's one of my erectors. There's my leg curl. And then we've got our pushes. So our upper body push, right? We call that our push-up, which I can do elevated on the bar that I already have for my row. And again, it's about getting the middle of my chest aligned with the bar. My hands a little wider than hip width. I walk back, I squeeze my glutes, my butt, pinch my shoulder blades, and there's my incline push-up. If you want more intensity, then of course you could go to the ground and do more of a conventional push-up with my elbows core screwed in, my butt tight. Make sure that you're hitting good range of motion or whatever feels good for you. Just keep the elbows tucked in, keep the shoulder blades pinched together. And then we have our lower body push, which I'll call my squat. So I'm going to use a sandbag. I've got a sandbag here. If you don't have a sandbag, then we could maybe use a backpack, maybe one of your children's backpacks. You could fill with textbooks or bottles of water, or maybe you could use something along the lines of a gym bag, right? So maybe you have your gym bag, right? You can fill your gym bag up with a bunch of awkward objects, again, books or water bottles. And I take my sandbag or my book bag or my gym bag on my shoulder, and from here I'll do squats with my toes a little wider, pointed out slightly, feet a little wider than hip width, squatting. And again, somewhere between 8 to 10. So those are our 4 movements in the circuit. Let's go through one round of the circuit, and then we'll talk about what we can do if you want to do a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to start with my inverted rows. I'll do about 8 to 10 here. Take your time getting set up. To the ground. Glutes tight, shoulder blades tight. Breathe as I pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From my inverted row, I'm going to my leg curl. I'll find that supported. I'll hold my hips up, extended for a little more intensity. I roll the legs out and in. About 8 to 10 again. Pulling from the back of the legs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And onto my push-up. Right, again, I can do that elevated here on my barbell. Body long, butt tight, shoulder blades tight. I can also do it on the ground, more conventional push-up. And then the last leg are my squats. With my sandbag, my book bag, or gym bag, right? Feet a little wider than hip width, toes out, knees out. Whatever depth feels comfortable. So that was one round through. Strength takes time, so I need to rest some. I give myself maybe a minute and a half, whatever I need. And all I change the next time through is when I do my squats. I'd hold the bag on the other shoulder, just to be nice and uniform and square. That's your circuit. After you're done, it'll take a few minutes to cool down, just to make sure the body comes back down to a normal operating temperature. I'll see you next time. We'll work on some more body weight drills.